All right, what's up, class? I must say, this is the first time I've been asked to do a video presentation online, so I'm actually kind of excited about it. Um, I think it'll be pretty cool to get to meet people this way. Anyways, without any further ado, my name is Adam Demblowski. So, hey, what's up? It's nice to not be typing this introduction. Actually, if I'm honest, copying and pasting this introduction for about the 20th time in my online career here at Lee. But, anyways, I'm 33 years old. I'm the youngest of two kids. My parents had my older brother, he's 36 years old. Um, Currently, I'm living in Pittsburgh, PA, or just a few miles outside of the city, and that's also where I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, PA. So I'm a proud Pittsburgher. Uh, some might call me a Yinzer. I'm trying to represent just a little bit for you folks out there. Um, but yeah, Pittsburgh is where I'm from. I grew up in a Christian home. Uh, my parents brought me to church as a kid, but I can say that my faith uh, was not, uh, or should I say, Christianity was my parents' faith and not my faith until my early 20s. Really, as a teen and up to my early 20s, I lived the life that I wanted to at the time, which uh, didn't end up very well for me. But God is gracious, as all of us who know Him can testify, and He's much more patient than I'll ever be. And He rescued me. He brought me out of a life of sinful rebellion against Him, and um, brought me into relationship with Him. And uh, when I came to that place, my life became brand new. And without getting into the details, I can just say, that the the greatest miracle that occurred within me was that I went from uh, not wanting to obey God or live for Him to having a sincere desire to want to obey God and to live for Him. That's mind blowing, if you ask me, especially considering where I came from and the life I had planned on living. So, thanks be to God for all that. But, anyways, yeah, you know, early in my educational career, I guess you can say, I was more interested in psychology, but uh, once I got saved, uh, my theology changed and my interests changed. And so eventually I decided to come to Lee University online, and I've been here uh, probably like since my second year of college, going into my third year. So yeah, I'm just thankful, for everything God's done in my life, and just for the opportunity I've had to continue my education at Lee. Um, it's been a blessing in that way. So, having said that, um, and if you notice me looking over, I'm looking at my notes so I can try to stay on track here. So, I'm sure many of you are probably doing the same thing. But, anyways, as far as my current ministry activities, I'm currently serving with a homeless ministry located down in the city of Pittsburgh. They're called Light of Life. They've been there for many decades, serving the homeless community, and They have all kinds of services, discipleship programs. They connect people with all kinds of resources. They're just a wonderful Christ-centered ministry down in the city. So I'm honored to be able to serve there. I serve there on a pretty regular basis, and I've been able to develop some really awesome relationships with some people who serve there as like full-time staff. So um, that's been a tremendous blessing in this season of my life. My focus has really been trying to finish my education here at Lee, which, thank you, Lord, I'm almost finished. I'm down to my last like 3 classes here, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. um, Anyways, getting to the heart of the discussion here, what does it mean to be a Christian leader? I jotted down 2 words. For me, it's servant leadership. Mark 10:45. Christ came to serve, not to be served, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And so I'm sure for many of you all, that's an inspirational verse. It certainly is for me. It encompasses so many things, which I'm not going to get into here, but Christ went before us and he modeled what leadership should look like as far as a Christian is concerned. Which brings me into the next question. What's the difference between leadership and Christian leadership? I would say the biggest difference that I see between leadership or secular leadership, whatever you want to coin it, and Christian leadership or Christ-centered leadership is primarily in the motivation. I'm not going to make a blanket statement and say that I think all leadership is selfish or self-serving in nature, because I don't think that's the case. But I think the distinguishing trait for Christian leadership is that it's self-sacrificial in nature. It's not just leading by example. It's in many ways laying down one's life for the sake of the gospel and for the betterment of others in whatever sphere of influence they may be called to. So for me, that's the greatest difference. So next question. What biblical passages inform my understanding of leadership? I stated, paraphrased Mark 10:45, but also I thought of, when I read this question, where Paul said, "Follow me as I follow Christ." And Paul was another model of servant leadership, and of course he was modeling what Christ had done before him. So that was another verse, and I had to Google this one. I didn't know the reference off the top of my head or the address, but it was 1 Corinthians 11:1 is where Paul says that. So, and then as far as questions that I have about Christian leadership, honestly, I don't have like one that comes to mind at the moment, but I'm looking forward to this class and just our discussions and hearing or reading, seeing in this case, others' viewpoints on this topic. So with that being said, God bless you all. Look forward to studying with you all, and I'll be watching, I'm sure, some of your videos. And that's it. God bless. Have a good one.